What's up, everybody? Nick with Running Arrow here. 2021-2022 season is out the door. It's a sad time for most of us, you know. Half the time the season goes by in a blink of an eye and it's kind of sad, but hopefully everybody had success, whether it was killing their target buck, spending time with your family, friends, getting out in the woods, just getting to go camping, whatever it was. Hopefully everything went well this year for everybody. 2022-2023 season, that's right around the corner. And it'll be here before you know it. Now, in preparation for this season, one of the crucial things that I have to worry about is my trail cameras. Operation, setup, what type I use, is it going to last? All that goes into consideration. And I've gone through countless amount of cameras. I've spent tons of money on cameras. I've spent little money on cameras trying to save a buck. And the bottom line is today we're going to do a review on a camera that I will never ever have to get rid of because it's never had any flaws. And that's the Exodus trail camera. This particular trail camera is the Trek, the Exodus Trek. It's their baseline model, super affordable, $142. They also have a couple other cameras that are cell cameras that are a little more pricey. Have not tried those out yet. But let's talk about this camera a little bit. Lots of different features for just a baseline product. Like I said, super easy to use. It's got several buttons in here, nothing crazy. You just pop these flaps open, pull it down. You have on-off, setup, which is to set up all your menu and your times and dates and everything like that. A couple arrows and enter and a menu button. And then a little LED screen that just shows you, basic generic things. 0.7 second trigger speed. That is absolutely insanely fast in my mind. 0.7 seconds is like here and gone. Never had any pictures that haven't come in with an animal in it. Every time that camera senses something, it takes that picture and that deer is right there. Burst photo options, you have 2, 3, 4, and 5. Meaning, if you have a time limit of every 4 minutes it takes a photo, if you have that burst option set up, depending on how many you have, it's going to take that many burst photos along with that first photo that it took. Which is great for when a deer comes into view. Maybe it's not quite in, but the camera senses something and it takes that picture and you can barely see that deer. If it moves really quick or it's in the process of moving, you'll get those burst photos and it'll actually capture that deer a little bit better. I typically run it on a 2 or 3 burst just because I'm always anal about something going wrong and me not being able to get a deer, or it's going to be blurry. But blur is never an issue with this camera. It's got a 55-foot range, meaning 55 feet out, if something moves or something walks across, it's going to snap that photo and it's going to capture it for you. Battery life, it says it's about 2 years. Now granted, that's if you leave your camera on, it's not taking any photos, it can be on for 2 years. That's what they say. Would it really do that? I don't really know, and I'm probably never going to find out because I'm never not going to have it in the woods taking pictures. The other battery life side is 20,000 pictures. It says it can take 20,000 pictures before the batteries die. I generally only leave it out there until there's about 30% left just because, like I said, I'm anal and I'm always afraid that something's going to happen if it's out there for any longer than that, or it's not going to take pictures for a day or two and then I'm going to be like, oh, I missed the big buck. But I generally, running it at 4 minutes with a 2 or 3 burst photo, I generally get about 1,000, 1,500 pictures a week. And I normally change the batteries out, like I said, at 30%, and that's normally at the 3-week mark, which is pretty good. It takes 8 AA batteries, and I think it can hold up to a 36 gig card, an SD card. Which I've never filled before, so I wouldn't need anything bigger than that anyways. The video quality on this thing is amazing. I don't use it that often. When I have used it, it's crystal clear. I mean, it's like you're the camera, and you can literally see the deer right in front of you. When you're putting a trail camera down where there's not a lot of light, a lot of times you get those in-between pictures. I call them tweeners. Whether it's dusk to night or night to dawn, you get that time period where it's like your camera's thinking, it's like, is it too dark to take a light picture? Is it too light to take the dark picture? And that's when you generally end up with those blurry pictures that you're like, oh shoot, I wonder what that was, you know. But this camera, the infrared on it is so amazing. If something were to go wrong with your camera within that first 5 years, they have what's called the no BS return policy. It's a 5-year stint of a warranty. If anything with your camera goes wrong, all you have to do is email them, call them, and they will send you a replacement and you send the old one back. You will not be disappointed with this camera. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click on that like, share, and subscribe button below and support Run and Arrow.